What if I told you that having hearing aids and purchasing those is only one of the costs of living with hearing loss? I talk to a lot of couples and they don't realize that there are other expenses that come along when you have hearing loss and you're living with hearing loss. It's true that you do purchase hearing aids and that they do make a big difference, but there are so many other things that you can add to them that can make a huge difference in the quality of life when you live with hearing loss. Hearing aids need care. Hearing aids do require care. If they come with batteries or chargers, those need to be purchased or maintained or repaired and purchased again. It takes time to care for hearing aids. They've got to be cleaned and they require special tools. You want to protect them from moisture. The devices that can protect hearing aids from moisture need to be replaced periodically. And of course, they come at a cost. Most hearing aids come with a 3-year warranty, and those warranties are really helpful. But eventually they do come to an end. And most people purchase hearing aids around the 6-year mark. Yeah, you're replacing your hearing aids every 6 years. But the warranties come to an end after 3, and repairs are often paid out of your pocket. Or you can purchase extended warranties, which is another cost. But when I think about purchasing all of the tools to keep my hearing aids running well and working properly, and the investment that is in my quality of life, it's worth the money. But I do need to plan and prepare for that cost. Most people expect to pay money to purchase the hearing aids, but they don't consider the costs that are involved in maintaining the hearing aids. Your hearing can change. Over time, your hearing is going to change, and perhaps you can go in and have your hearing aids adjusted, and that will meet your needs. Sometimes your hearing changes beyond the capability of the hearing aid, so you have to purchase new hearing aids to meet the needs of your hearing loss. Let's say you can go in and get your hearing aid adjusted, and that makes a big difference. That's wonderful. But there are costs to that. You have to take the time to go for the appointment. You have to have your hearing checked periodically. Eventually, your hearing aids will need to be changed. Your hearing will progress to a point where your current equipment doesn't meet your needs anymore, and it's time for new hearing aids. But on the same token, I also want you to protect the hearing that you do have. And people ask me about hearing protection, and they ask, can I get just those little foam pieces? And I've often told people, those are okay, but you want to purchase better hearing protection. Whether you work in an environment that's noisy, or your hobbies involve things that are loud, when you realize that you have hearing loss, everybody thinks, okay, I'll go get some hearing aids and life will all be good. But really, that's the starting point and not the ending point. Because hearing aids are a big investment. Vision becomes part of hearing. I find that many people use their vision to support their hearing. I think about it like, my hearing is not up to par, it's not doing as much as it could. Let me use my vision to supplement what my hearing is missing. Perhaps I'm doing some lip reading. Maybe I'm looking at a facial expression. I have to have good vision to be able to see those small details. So taking care of my eyes is important. I want to make sure that my eye health is good, that I have a current prescription in my glasses. We make jokes. People say, oh, you must have supervision. Not so much. Have you seen these glasses? But I would say I'm more efficient with my vision. And many people with hearing loss find being more efficient with their vision makes life a little bit easier. So protecting your eye health and making sure that you have good quality prescription glasses can make a huge difference in communication. If you work in a situation where you have to wear safety glasses, if your hobbies or the things you do around your home could cause a hazard to your vision, purchase the better safety glasses. Because that eye injury could make the difference in how hard it is or how easy it is for you to communicate. No sense in adding extra barriers in life. Communication just isn't about your ears. Your eyes are involved too. Extra technology. When you stop and think about your hearing aids, and think of them as a communication tool, we always want to have the right tools for the job. And there are some situations where the hearing aid is the perfect tool. There are other situations where if I add a little something to it, the hearing aid can do even better. So I might want to add an external microphone. I might want to add a device that connects to my television. Perhaps I want to use the telephone, and having the right connections from my telephone can make it easier. Perhaps just having the right telephone could make it easier. Amplified telephones or telephones with captions. When I purchase my cell phone, I consider how well my cell phone works with my hearing aids. When you live with hearing loss, you need to consider emergency situations, times when you might not have your hearing aids in. For instance, when you're sleeping. Do you have access to be able to hear and know and get awake if your smoke alarm goes off in the middle of the night? They make special equipment that can have an extra light, a bright light, could have an extra loud sound close to you, or perhaps it uses a bed shaker, a device that makes the bed vibrate so that you can feel when the smoke alarm is going off. Those things come at an additional cost. But we want to have the right tools for living with hearing loss. They're not luxury tools. They're access and communication tools. Plan instead of panic. Many times hearing loss creeps up on us over the years and over time until it comes to a point where we just can't hear and understand the way that we want to. Once we realize that hearing loss is there and we purchase the devices, the hearing aids, and things are going along well, we also know that these are devices that have to be maintained. So let's take the time and make sure that we get them maintained. But let's consider the budget and the money that goes along with it so that these costs don't cause more stress in life, because we know they're coming. When you stop to think about the money that it costs between hearing aids and maintenance tools and extra devices, caring for your eyes, I don't want to scare you. I just want you to be prepared. It's important just to make the plan. Most couples find that when they know what's coming, situations are less stressful. You buy hearing aids every so many years, but you live with hearing loss every day. If you find this video helpful, subscribe so you'll be aware when the future videos are available.